Let me call using the same if1.sh so that we can able to something. Okay, let me say yes. Oh, there is already if1. Okay, we will try to use that one. Let me start from the beginning, not the old one. Okay, so first statement in your bash scripting should be the Shebang command. So this is the command, you already know this one. So now let's try to have some kind of if statement, if condition, then what to do. Okay, there are three types of if we are going to see: simple if else, and else if. Simple if means it has like a if condition, true block, that's it. Okay, no false block. If condition, true block, that is simple if. And if else means true condition, then what to do, else what to do. Okay, so that is if else. Else if is the like a nested if, like if else if else if else if, it's like one after another. So it's a nested if. Okay, so these are the three things we will try to see now. Okay, let's try to have a value. Just a second. Just hold on a second. Let's try to have some constants in if. So your if statement starts by, just a second, yeah, if, and we put the condition inside a square bracket, remember. So inside a square bracket, so let me try to have some constants. Okay, later we will put some variables. What constant? For example, 55 and greater than 65 or greater than something else. Okay, so here we don't use these symbols. Instead of symbols, we will be using notations. Okay, the notation, like I want like greater than, so GT, greater than. Okay, so hyphen GT, sorry, GT. And what is the other one? Other one number is 45. So remember that here we have, let me put it in a command. Okay, so these are all commands. When you have a single line command, you put a hash and then write whatever you want. This GT means greater than. Similarly, we have like LT means lesser than. Sorry, spelling mistake. Okay, and similarly we have a lot. Maybe hyphen LE means lesser or equal to. Do you get the idea? So it goes on like that. We have equal to also. So we have hyphen EQ. That means equal to. Do you get the idea? There is a lot of symbol notations. We have 6 actually. Let me write all so that you will have a clear understanding. Okay, if you want to have not equal, NE. NE means not equal to. Sorry. Equal to, less than, greater than or equal to, if I missed it, hyphen GE. So this means greater or equal to, something like that. Okay, so you have 6 totally. Less than or equal, greater than or equal not equal. So you don't have to use the symbols. Don't use the symbols. You have to use the notations. GT, LT, LE, GE, something like that, and starts with the hyphen. Hyphen here tells you options. Okay. If you just write without any hyphen, it won't be considered as a notation. Okay then. So where I am. Okay. So what is the condition? 55 greater than 45. If as I want to print something. Okay. So let me print some message. So you hear, remember in Java we have blocks. Blocks means the compound statements. It starts with the open curly bracket, end with the close curly bracket. So here in shell programming, we have something like then, and then you put whatever you want to have, and close it with fi. You know, if means if. The end of it is the reverse, fi. So put whatever you want to do, the true block inside here. What I said, I want to print something. So echo, what I want to print, maybe 55 is greater than 45. Let me say this one. Is it clear? Very simple, condition should be inside the square bracket. So remember that point, Control X for closing, Y for saving, and press to keep the file name. Okay, I am now executing the program. So it says 55 is greater than 45 because 55 is greater. Let's assume that here I say instead of greater, let me say less than. Okay, and at the end, let me come back, echo the program finished execution. Okay, let me say by whatever. Okay, let me execute this one. Yeah, here 55 less than 45, it's wrong. So the true block is not executed. I have something outside the true block that was executed. That's the output. You see it here. Can you get the idea what I'm trying to say? True block here, this is the true block. It couldn't be executed because the condition is false. When the condition is false, it comes out of the if and what I have outside something. Okay. Do you get my point, what I'm trying to say? This is not a new thing. Oh, sorry, I come back already. Why? Okay, let's go back. In the same case, so let's say the condition is true. So you have a message from the true block and the one outside the if condition. Do you get the idea? 5 was supposed to be, it's 5 greater than 45, not 55. I didn't change the message. Okay then. So this is what you call a simple if. Sometimes you can try to have a condition inside the if, sorry, now you need to have a true block and a false block. So how that looks like, the same program, let me change. So 5 is, no, 5 is not greater than, 5 is lesser than. So the condition is 5 less than 45. So if it is true, then I have a message and I need a else. So if it is not true, then another message, maybe echo like 5. Here, you know, the variable should work, not the value. So something less than, greater than, something like that. Okay, because if I change the value, the message is, you know, I need to change that. So let me say, yeah, see. If the condition is true, it will print something. If the condition is false, it will print something. Okay, then. So let's assume this way. So here, how do you do? Then followed by something until else it's true block. And from else until the fi, it's a false block. So not necessarily one line. You can have whatever you want to have. You can write many statements, many instructions here. Can you see here? Starting from then until else, you can write whatever you want to write. That's for the true block. And from else to if, that's for the false block. Fine. So it's less than the program finished because 5 is less than 45. See. So this is about the if. This is else, if else. If statement containing true block and false block. Okay. For simplicity, I put I include only the echo command. It's not necessary echo. You can have anything inside the true block or false block. Fine. Okay, let's try to have some new thing because we are looking into constants from the beginning. So let's try to have a command line argument. $1 is the first argument. It's better to have it. Okay, $2 is the second argument. Okay, now try to, sorry. Okay, now try to have a message. $1 is lesser than $2. So we will try to have kind of variables, okay? So here I'm going to pass from the command line. So $1 and 2 are called the command line arguments, okay then? So this is the way we can try to see the output. So here when you execute, you know already, you need to give two numbers. Let's say I give 30 and 40. Okay, so it says 30 is less than 40. Okay, if I try to have 30 and then 20. So here it will say 20 is lesser than 30. Do you get the idea? So let's try to have this command line argument so that it will be convenient. If we use constants, it won't help at all. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, okay, let's try to see one more in output. Let me execute 30 and 30. What it will say, 30 is lesser than 30. No, it's not correct. 30 is not less than 30, is it? It's equal to 30. So let's change the program a little more. So how do you change? I need one more condition. If I have one more condition, yeah, it's fine. Okay, you can change anyways. Do you get the idea? I'm going to change in this way. Okay, you can change in whatever way you want to do. Okay, let me change in a way. If the first number is equal to the second number, then I print a message, echo, the first number is equal to the second number. Can you get the idea? Else, if. Do you get the idea what I did? Sorry, one more correction. Else if goes like this. Okay, you might have seen when I was typing else if, it was white color. You know already the color scheme in Ubuntu. Like different color has different meanings. Okay, white color means it's a command, it's like message. Okay, it's like you want to display something, it's a message. Okay, so this is the command. Green color is the one, it's for the keywords, commands or keywords, whatever you can say it. Okay, do you get the idea what I'm trying to say? So how the if condition goes, this is else if. Else if. You can have many else if. Can you get the idea? So in this way, you can have multiple conditions. You are going to check multiple conditions. Okay, what is this? If the two numbers are equal, you are going to print something. Else, if the one number is less than the other number, you do something. Else, if the other way around, this is the output. Do I have... yeah, it's here. Okay then, so this is the, sorry. Yeah, I got it. Okay, so now let's try to, I'll say the same thing, 30 and 30. So it will say both are equal. In case if I say 30 and 300, it says 30 is lesser. If I say 30 and 3, then it says 3 is lesser than. So it works for any possible conditions. Do you get the idea? So this is what you call else if. So we have a simple if and else, if then and else, and then else if. Okay. Sometimes you may want to have, or you may want to compare many things in one if else. Okay, for example, here in the same program, I'm checking two numbers or less, equal, whatever. Let's assume that I want to check for the positive number. Okay, positive number means maybe 0 or above, not for the negative numbers. So you can try to have that kind of checking. Okay, sorry. You can try to check, is it the first number and second number or positive? Then you proceed to check for all possible things. Okay, so how do we do? I want to check both the numbers. First number, also the second number, both has to be positive. Okay, so let's put it in a condition where I'm going to use Boolean operator. You already studied those operators, in digital logic design, also in Java, also everywhere, even in architecture. You studied the and, logical or, those things, Boolean operators. We are going to use them. So the first number maybe equal or less, greater than. Okay, so it should be greater than or equal to 0, because 0 also I can consider this as a positive. Okay, 0 is accepted, and I want to check for the second number. So use the double ampersand. In Java we have the same double ampersand. So I'm checking the second number. So the second number, is it greater than or equal to 0 again? Yeah, fine. Then I'm continuing to check all those things, but I have two if. So I need to have end for the two. Okay, one for the first one. This is one inside another, the nested if. Am I right? Okay, so if you want, so here I can put so then is started, and then I have else is for the first if. Echo okay, so in this way you can try to have what do you call if with the Boolean operator. Here what is the Boolean operator I'm using? Double ampersand sign. So this double ampersand is for logical and. Okay, for logical or you have the the horizontal bar. So that is the one. So let's try to see this one, and then we will see the other one later. So let's say I give a positive, fine. If I give a negative, it says, not specifically it says first number or second number is not positive, something like that. So this time let me give the first number negative, second number positive. So it says they are not positive, one of them or both of them. I should say both also. You can change the message accordingly. So let's say I give both negative. So again, change the message. I say -8 or -9 or not positive. It's okay. It is acceptable. Can you get the idea? So what was the technique we use is logical operators. Okay, logical and I use. Okay, then is it clear? Sometimes here we can't use it. Sometimes in this case I can't use that, but anyway I can show you the logical or the horizontal bar, the vertical, not horizontal bar, so sorry, wait a second, in my keyboard I got a confusion. Yeah, this is the logical or operator. Okay, this is another Boolean operator, logical or. Okay, fine. Here this operator is not a correct, no, not a correct one to use it, but anyway, this is the another one. Is it clear with you all? Logical and logical or. So this is about the if and else, else if, And we saw even nested if, one if, and then inside one if you have another if. So nested if, everything we saw already. Anything else here I want to say? No, I don't want to say something. Is it fine? Can you please write something so I can continue with? Okay, yeah, I get some messages. Yeah, fine, that's good. So if it is fine, we can continue with the next thing, which is loops. Okay, so let's go back and open a new one. What's going on? Yeah. Okay then, so let's try to have another program. I'm going to use the loops now. So loop 1.sh. So as like Java, we have different types of loop. You know, in Java programming, we saw for loop, and then we had a while loop, and another while loop we never used that much, which is do while. We rarely use that one. That is what you call do while. Okay, do while is little different. The statements will be executed at least once. No matter the condition is true or false, at least the body of the loop will be executed for one time minimum. Okay, so that's the thing. We don't prefer that loop, but in some situations you may need that type of loop. Okay, so let's see the basic loop, and then we will go to the other types. So we will start from the while loop. Okay, so just a second. Of course, you need to have the bash command, bin bash. Remember, it should be the first line in your program. Not necessary, it should be second line, third line. No. Even though the first line is empty and put it in the second line, no, it can't be like that. Okay then. So let's try to see one simple example. Okay. Maybe we will try to have command line argument. So let's say I will pass one argument from the command line, a number. Okay. So from 1 to that number, I'm going to execute a loop. So this is the condition. Okay, let me put it in a statement. Same thing, if the meeting got disconnected, you can join back using the same link or same user ID or whatever. Okay then, so let's try to see this one. Okay, the program is going to receive a number as command line argument, and the program prints a sequence of numbers from 1 to that input number. Okay, which one you receive from the command line. Okay, using loop. Okay, then I didn't write using loop. Okay, let me write also using while loop. So you need to have a counter variable. You know, in Java we say for I starts from 1 to 10. I is the counter variable, is it? So similarly, of course, you need to have a counter variable. Let's say I starts from 1. I keep that is the counter. I is the counter. Why not? So how your loop looks like? Like in Java only, it doesn't nothing new. So here you have a while, and then of course condition, it should be inside the square bracket. You know, in if also we had it in the square bracket. So what is the condition? I less than or equal to that number, you continue with the loop. If the condition is true, the loop will be executed. If the condition is false, the loop will not be executed. So if the I value is less than or equal to that number, what number? Command line argument. We have only one command line argument, so $1 is the first command line argument. Okay, here, you know, Java, we have a beginning of a loop by having a curly bracket, open curly bracket, and the set bracket, is it? So here in loops, Ubuntu, you have do. Okay, do means beginning here. And now what do you want to put it inside? You want to print the number from 1 to that n. Is it 1 to n? Is it? So echo, maybe you can say something, what is that, $I, you print it. Okay, then echo something. And now I want to increment, you know, we say I plus plus. Of course, here also we have I plus plus. That I plus plus, you can write it in many ways. You want to use a let statement or expression or double parenthesis, whatever you like to use, you use it. Okay, you can use anything. Do you get my point? Just now we had the lab test. So the same thing you can do, maybe the double parenthesis or let statement or expression, anything you can use. So this is the body of the while loop. I print the number and I increment the number. That's it. I don't have anything to do. So close the while by saying none. Do you get that? Sorry, done. So do means beginning of the loop, while loop. Done means end of the while loop. Okay, let me have something outside the loop. Let's say the loop finished. The program finished. Execution, something like that. I don't know, whatever you want to write. Okay, anything else I want to say? Same thing like Java, you have a while loop. Everything is similar, only some minor changes you need to remember. Here we put the condition inside a square bracket, and then the relational operators, we don't use symbols, we use notations, LE, GE, EQ, whatever. And beginning of the loop is do, end of the loop is done. So these are some of the changes you need to remember. Let me change the privilege and then execute it, which is loop1.sh. Okay, just a second. Line number 10. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, so sorry. I was the one did the mistake, not the program. You know, we have a command line argument. I forgot to give the command line argument. Let's say 5. So 1 to 5. We need to give some number, is it? Last time I forgot to mention it. It's nothing to do with program. Like 1 to 5. Okay, fine. Maybe if I say 10, it will print 1 to 10. Can you get the idea? So the command line argument was the one missing in the previous execution. That's what it says. unary operator expected. Line number 10 is the while loop, while condition. For the condition, I used $1, but I didn't supply the value for $1. That's the mistake. Okay, fine. So this is a simple while loop. What we will do, we will stop here and we will connect back using the same ID and password or the link, after a while, maybe like 55 or 12 o'clock, it's better. So can you come back 12 o'clock? We will continue with the remaining 2 loops and the another small topic. Okay, so 12 o'clock, please connect back using the same link or same user ID and password. It's okay? Clear? Okay, thank you. So this loop is called until loop. Until loop, not while loop. This is what you call until loop. Here the meaning is upside down. Okay, it's very close to while loop. What you see just 1 minute ago, that while loop and this until loop are exactly same, but there is a small difference. Okay, it's the same thing, like how do you check the condition, how you write the body of the loop, everything is going to be same. Only one difference here with the until loop is if the condition becomes true, it will stop execution. It's upside down. In while loop, when the condition is true, you execute the body. When the condition is false, you come out of the loop. That is while. Here, upside down. If the condition is false, you execute the body. Condition is true, you come out of the body of the loop. Okay, fine. So that is the idea. So let me, if you want, I can. Any problem? Is it my voice not clear, everybody? I don't have any problem. I didn't change anything in my computer. No clear. I think for some of you it's like okay, and some of you it's not like okay, something like that. Is it clear now? Okay. Oh yeah, okay, I got it. When you say no clear, I thought it's not clear, something like that. Okay, I got the point. So let's continue here. The until loop, it will execute the body unless otherwise the condition is true. If the condition is true, it will exit the loop. So that's the only difference. I hope you understand that. Okay, so now let's see the same thing we will do. We will have a command line, the same program, what we did before. Receive a command line argument, which is the number. So we are going to print to that number. Is it fine? Something like 10 means like 1 to 10, something like that. Is it fine, everybody? Okay, let's try to see it. So I need a counter. I starts from 1, and then here how do you do this? Is a until loop, so until and then the condition you put it in the square bracket. Let me, yeah. Okay, what I will say, if this number Because it should be upside down, then it will work. Do you get my point? If the condition is true, it will not, the loop will not be executed. So you have to write a condition in the other way around. Let's say I greater than the first argument, I greater than, 1 is greater than, yeah, that's fine. So as like before, do means beginning of the loop, and you print the message, which is the counter, and then increment the counter by 1. So I plus plus, 1 plus will not help. And then done means end of the loop. It will go, come back, go, come back. Okay, 10 greater than 10, fine, it will work. 11 greater than, yeah, correct, this is fine. Echo the program finished execution, and then say bye. Okay, fine. So this is the program loop 2. Okay, loop 2.sh, let's say 10. So it will print from 1 to 10, something like that. Is it fine? So you need to pass a value, maybe if I give value 1, something like that. Is it clear, everybody? So what we did in the loop 2, you put the condition in a way, if the condition is false, loop will be executed. So when it will stop until the condition becomes true. In one time, the condition will turn to be true. So that time, your loop will stop execution. Do you get the idea? So this is about until loop. Okay then. So it's not exactly like your do while in Java. Okay. So do while in Java is totally different, but this condition is, or this loop is slightly different. Now let's see something else. We still have one more loop, which is for loop. So let's try to see for loop. Before going to the for loop, anybody still has any problem with the until loop? Is there any problem, doubt, question, until loop? Okay, so no issues according to you. Now, of course, our for loop. Shebang command is here, sorry, bin bash. Now, okay, our for loop here in Ubuntu is slightly different from the normal for loop. It's not going to be like for I starts from 1, I less than or equal to 10, I plus plus, no. Okay, then it will be like that only, but in a different way we will be writing it. Okay, so we are going to do the same program, print from 1 to 10, okay, or 1 to 5 or 1 to something. I don't know the something. Okay, maybe we can say 1 to 10 or whatever, no problem. Okay. Let's use a constant first, and then we will try to use variables. Okay, so we are going to deal with the range of values like 1 to 10 or 1 to 5 or something like that, is it? So the same program, let's try to use constants first and then variables. I want to explain with constant because it's not going to be our Java for loop. Okay then. So you start with the keyword for and the counter variable. Let's say the counter is I. Okay, here I'm going to give a range like 1 to 10 or 1 to 5, something like that. Okay, so I in the range I put it in the square bracket 1 to 10 like this. Sorry, it's not a square bracket, it's a curly bracket, set bracket. Okay, braces, we call it in braces. Okay, so for I in this particular range, if the I is in this range, then do the loop. If I is not in the range, then you will come back or out of the loop. You will go out of the loop. Remember, the first value of I, the beginning value of I is the range 1. Here, the range starts from 1 to 10, is it? So when you execute the loop for the first time, the I value will be the beginning value. And every time when it comes back to the loop, the I value will be automatically incremented. Okay, it will be automatically incremented. Can you get the idea? So every time will be, so it will be incremented to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. When it's incremented to 11, the I value 11 is not in the range. When the I value is not in this range, it will come out of the loop. This is the basic idea of this loop. Okay, fine. When you execute for the first time, I value will be this beginning number. Can you see this beginning number is 1. And every time when it comes back to the loop, it will be incremented by 1 by 1. Okay. So the loop starts with a do, and you put the body of the loop. What I want to do, I want to print the I value. That's it. So I value, and then I don't have anything. It will be automatically incremented. I'm not going to write I plus plus. No need. So I don't have anything. So end of the loop is done. Do means beginning, done means ending. Of course, let me have some message. The program finished execution, done or bye. Okay, so let's try to see the output. Is it working? Loop 3.sh. So 1 to 10, exactly at 10, because when it increments to 11, 11 is not in the loop. Okay, so this is one thing. Another thing, who knows that I may give the number not 1 to 10. It's not necessary. Okay, 10 to 1. I give a big number to the small number. So what will happen to this one? If I give a big number to the small number. So let's see. Can you see here? When the first number is bigger in the range, I give a range. What was the range? 10 to 1. I give a big number and then ending one is the small number. So it will be decremented automatically. See, it's 10, 9, 5, 4, 3, 2 until 1. Can you get the idea? So it will be automatically incremented or automatically decremented. So how it is done? It's done based on the range. If the range has a big number first, small number later, it will be decremented automatically. When you have a small number first and the big number later, it will be incremented automatically. You don't have to write anything. It will be automatically incremented. Fine? Okay. Sometimes I don't want to have like 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. No. I want to move like 10 afterwards 8 because it's all even number. So I start from an even number. I want to print even number. Can you get the idea? So what is the even number? 10 and then 8. So decrement by 2. And after 8, 6 and then 4 and then 3. Sorry, 2 and then and that's it. Finish. So I'm jumping every 2 number. I don't want to decrement by 1. I want now by 2. So if you want something different, then you write another 2 dot and third number you are writing. See, here you are giving in the set bracket, you are giving 3 numbers. The first number is the starting range. The second number is the end of the range. You know, the range starts from 10 to 1. And the third number you give is the increment or decrement. Ubuntu will decide to increment or decrement. You don't have to say -1, -2, +1, +2, nothing. You just write the number. It will decide either to increment it or to decrement it. It will check. Okay. So what I am doing, I'm printing only the even numbers. 10 and then 8 and then 6. Okay. And I'm decrementing by 2. Okay then. So 10 and then 8 and then 6 and then 4. So don't write +2 -2 or +1 -1. It will be automatically decided. Okay, let's try to see the same program. This was big to small. Let's try to do the small to big. Okay, this time let me give 20 so that it will be a long output. So I'm starting from 1 and I'm jumping to, remember I start from 1. So after 2 it will be 3 and then 5 and then 7. So now you will see all odd number. See wait a minute, where is it? Yeah. From 1 it will increment to 3 and then to 5 and then to something and then to something. Can you get the idea? So do not write the plus, increment, decrement, plus and minus. No. It will be decided automatically. I think you can understand the range for the loop. Is it clear? Can you say it in the chat box? Is it clear? Loop, yeah, fine. Okay then, so this is the loop. Okay, let me put some down instead of erasing it. Okay, there is another way of writing the for loop. Okay, so this is you deal with the numbers and you give the range like this. Like in Java, we say I starts from 1, I less than or I greater than, and then you say I plus plus or I minus minus. You write everything, is it? So here we just put the range and the increment number or decrement number. No need to say minus or plus, it will be checked automatically. Okay, fine. And we have one more type of for loop here in Ubuntu. That's for the list of values. You can play with the list of values. Okay then. So what is this list of value is? You may have a list. List means what? A collection of values. Okay, a group of value or a collection of value. Okay, then like array of numbers. Array is a list, by the way. Is it? So you have a list, you have an array. And then you want to play with each item in the array in one after another, in order. Okay. So that type of dealing with list of values can be done with for loop. Okay. So we can try to see the list. Let's have a list like string values. Okay then. So let me have course or courses or whatever. I'm assigning some value to this course. Sorry, quotation. Yeah, it's here. Okay, so what is the course? Maybe I say CS101. Another course is CS202. Another course is, the space is the one called delimiter. When there is a space, the next string is considered as the second value. So it's a list of string values. Can you get the idea? And 303 and then 404. Let me have one more. I have finished. Done. Over. So this is a list of string value. How many values I have? This list has 5 values. Fine. Now I'm going to take the value one after another and I'm going to print it. So this is what I want to do. Print value by value. So let me start the for loop. And let's see variable. Let me call it I in this list. What is the list name? Courses. If the I value is in the list, then do something. Okay, what do you want to do? I just said that you print the values of the list one after another. So echo. What to print? I value. Remember, when you have for in, this is what you call for in loop. Okay. This type of loop is available in many other programming language. Even in PHP, you have for in. I think Ruby also has, if I'm not mistaken. I forgot. Many programming languages these days, they have this loop which is called for in. See, I'm using for and I'm using in. Can you see that? So it's called for in loop. So you give a value variable and you mention the list name. So for the first time, the I value will be the first value in the list. The next time I will jump to the second value. Okay, and then because the loop will be executed for many times. So every time when the loop executes, it moves and it moves and it moves. After that, there is no value in the variable courses. So when there is reach the end of the list, the loop will be stopped execution. This is the meaning of the for in loop. Is it okay? So the program finished execution, fine. Okay, then let's see for in. So let me put all those things in the same. Okay, this is for the previous, the one we had previous, I didn't remove it. And here the list. We had 5 values, they were printed one after another using the for in loop. Fine? Is it clear? So initially when you have the for in, let's see. Initially when you have the for in loop, the I value, whatever counter variable you use, the value of that will be the initial value in the list. And when you execute the loop, when it comes back to the second iteration, for every iteration it moves to the next values. So this loop will have 5 iterations because there are 5 values. When the loop, when the I reaches the end of the loop, then end of the list, it will exit the loop. Is it fine with you all? This is about the for 2 types of for loops, for in and for with the range. Is it fine? Clear? Yeah, fine. Okay, so let's see one simple exercise we will try to do. So let's say loop 4, because I'm going to use a loop. No, I'm not going to use a loop. Okay, loop 3, 4, 4. Okay, let's try to have the loop. What I was planning to do, let me put the Shebang command, bin bash. Okay. So the question here is, okay, something like that. We are going to print even number from a command line argument to 1, something like that. Okay. If I say 1 to a command line argument, it will be easy for you. You will have the increment by 2 and then you can able to finish it. Is it? But if I put it in a reverse way, we don't know. Even number means, let's say if the input command line number, command line argument is, let's say 10. So 10 is a even number. So you start from 10 and then decrement. But if I say 11, if the command line number I gave is 11, so you can't start with 11. The even number is 10 and then 8 and then something like that. Is it fine? Is it clear? The command line argument save it in a variable here, the let statement. Where are you? Yeah. And then I start the while loop. Inside the while loop, I divide the number by 2, take the remainder, and if the remainder is 0, I print the number because I need the even number. And I finish the if, decrement the number counter value, and I close the loop. Okay. So something like that we are doing, because the question says you print the even number from some big number to 1. Okay, so let's try to have loop 4, yeah, 10 only. Later we will see 10, and then you go for 8 and then something something. Can you get the idea? So if in the same way, if you want to do the odd number, very simple. Odd number means the remainder is not going to be 0. So, not equal. If it is not equal, the same program will print the odd number from which number you want to do, from that number to 1. Can you get the idea? So in this way, we can able to do the looping. Is it fine with you all? Is it clear? I think you say something. You can't able to see it. Yeah, now I see it. Okay. So the same way, if I ask you to find a number which is even or odd, you can able to do that.